Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Forge League, the Shelly Cup Season 2. I'm full frontage, and alongside me is DLG. How you doing, man? It's good to be back with you.
It is so good, bro. We got split up there for the different things going on last week, or the last couple weeks, actually. But it is really good to be back with you. I'm excited. These teams have brought out, like, so many awesome plays. How was your side with all the different teams for you?
Oh, man. I mean, for us, we had Monarchs Gaming, the surprising team coming out of the streamer group, coming into this, and oh man, they had quite a run for themselves in Group A, going 3-0 on the day, only dropping 4 games. It was pretty intense. It was pretty intense. So Monarchs is going to be the team to look out for today, in my opinion.
Well, I think your Monarchs are gonna have a little bit of a fight here, because on my side I had Team Liquid, who kept a 100% win rate, unless I read that wrong. A 100% win rate. Oh, I mean, that's gonna be really hard to beat a 100% win rate team.
I know. I mean, Team Liquid is coming into this really strong. I mean, Captain Lobby, but I mean, yeah, it's going to be quite an intense day. We'll go through some of the matchups. The first matchup we're going to be having today is going to be Monarchs versus Team Clash. That is going to be the first game we're going to be seeing today. Monarchs being captained by Radical, and Team Clash being captained by Team Fish. But let's take a look at the overall bracket. So that's the first match of the day. DLG, what do we got for the second game?
Second game, you mean our second matchup coming in?
Yeah.
That would be the Team Liquid versus the PSG Esports. And like I said, Team Liquid, with that 100% win rate, that is going to be the team we're going to be looking out for. I mean, they demolished the field last week. Like, it was incredible. So that's definitely match 2. That's going to be the heated match we're definitely going to be looking at.
Oh, yeah. I'm very excited for that match. And then following that is going to be Tribe Gaming versus Nova. Ooh. That'll be a very intense game as well. Tribe coming off of a very strong qualifier week in the group stage. And Nova had a little bit of a rocky start. They were very dominant in Season 1. Had a little bit of a rocky start to Season 2. But, I mean, they're the type of team that can definitely come out swinging. So Tribe's going to have to be really careful for Nova today. And then match number 4, we're going to have Team Dynamita versus Green.
You call him Dynamita. I call him Dynamita.
Dynamita. Oh.
I think it's Dynamita. I don't know. I like that better. Team Dynamita was definitely the MVP of, like, the people's hearts. Like, they were like, I don't know what it was, but they, like, tugged on our heartstrings, and they were super OP, along with Cream Esports that we versed against them. Like, that was also another fantastic team across the board. All these teams super amazing. Obviously, to make it this far into the quarterfinals, it's going to be some crazy matchups coming your way.
Oh yeah. Nonetheless, we're going to be taking a look at the matchups coming up here. So like we said, the first matchup of the day is going to be Monarchs Gaming versus Team Clash. We have Usain Cole sitting at the top with 778 trophies. Smith LeGreat with 15,000. Radical, the team's captain, with 9,000. Rocky and Itchy Brawl. But we're going to be right now. These teams are eager to get started, so let's get into it.
Yes, our first map here is actually going to be Minecart Madness. This is one of the brand new maps brought into the game recently with the latest update. And what an incredible looking map we're looking at right here.
I know, this is so intense. If you guys have yet to play this new map, the minecarts actually do deal out damage, so you do have to be careful. And they also spawn shots. You have to be careful with how you're aiming your shots in camera mode. And you also have something else to be mind layout that you see Itchy getting.
There goes Usain. Yeah, on our down here on the bottom, Usain Cole was also getting hit by the minecarts as well. I mean, they're just not equipped yet enough for these minecarts. We're not used to it enough yet. They really have to be careful, because these are just like wild cards in the map.
Yeah, it's something that really was done well by the team. This other concept. We have enjoyed the spring traps that have come in. It's shaken the game up quite a bit. But this minecart is definitely something down, and we see Adam taking down Itchy right there with the assistance of the cart.
Yeah, Team Clash over on the red side right now, absolutely dominating the map here. They're sitting at the 8 gems. Luckily, though, for Team Monarchs Gaming, that the cart actually blocked them from being able to grab the last 2 gems they needed there. So they're definitely still in the race here, but just barely.
Yeah, Itchy being able to
seconds left on the clock. They're going to have to pull out something absolutely radical to turn this thing around with only 10 seconds left. Gene's trying to come in here and do something, but he needs a super, and he doesn't have it right now.
Yeah, and it looks like with 3 seconds remaining, Monarchs is going to get taken down, and Team Clash will walk away with the victory. GG.
Wow. Now, I want to note a few things there, Full. There was so much going on in that first game. Number one is that one of the newest things that came with the update was, of course, I think they're calling it Brawl TV. I could be wrong. We were actually on Brawl TV there. Like, we had over 100 people spectating that match.
Oh, wow.
So I wonder if that brought a little bit more nerves to them as well. Like, that was, yeah, it was cool to see all of those people spectating.
Yeah, I was wondering what was going on there. I saw like 100 people and I'm like, what's happening here?
Yes.
That's really cool. That's really cool.
Yeah, it was really cool to see that. Number two, of course, is that there was a Carl coming in from Team Clash, and Carl recently got a buff with the most recent balance changes. I'm wondering, what's your opinion on Carl? Have you actually gotten a chance to play him in game yet?
I haven't gotten a chance to play him in game, but I have been seeing a lot of the top players commenting on him and saying how strong he's going to be. I saw a couple people saying like, oh, when Rosa comes out, who's ready to see Rosa, Gene, and Carl in pretty much every single map.
Yes. That's exactly what we're going to see, dude. Rosa is going to be so broken. Carl's got a big buff. You're seeing Gene a lot. That's going to be some very, very popular brawlers coming in soon.
Yeah.
But talking right in the second game here, we're going to be going into Heist, which is Rolling Rumble. It's not the newest map, but it is definitely one of the newer maps.
Yeah, do you want to tell us a little bit about that map?
Yeah, so it's basically your standard heist map. We don't really have the safes on either, like, kind of like the left and right side, like some of the newer ones are. You're still having them kind of in the back, top and bottom, center of the maps here. We kind of got some open spaces, but there's like a lot of choke points going on here. So unless you have someone that's going to be clearing the walls, I think lobbers might actually do pretty well on this map. You might actually even be able to have some pretty good tanks using those walls, so there's advantage as well.
Yeah, and just looking at the map, there's a couple angle spots kind of in the middle that are barricaded by the boxes. That'll be a good position for a Rico or Brock, but we won't be seeing Rico on this map because Rico's going to be banned. So having that Brock with a long range attack, being able to get that angle onto the safe is going to be something that we're going to have to be looking out for.
Yeah, definitely. It's very interesting to see Rico banned because just like a month ago, Rico wasn't even touched at all. So now going from that to being banned all the time, it's very interesting to see how one little or a couple few changes in the game can like radically shift what type of brawlers are being played.
Yeah, it's something that we've seen quite a bit. I wonder if we're going to be seeing less Pam today and maybe even less or more Crow with the recent changes. We'll see.
Well, let's hop in game here and let's see what type of brawlers they're rocking. And once again, we're actually on the TV. You see the numbers climbing up there at the top there. 2 minutes and 10 seconds on the clock. We're seeing double tank running from Team Clash right now.
Yeah, so they have a Primo and a Bull, and then Radical Monarch has Primo and Bull, while Clash has Bull and Arrow.
Oh, both teams rocking a double tank. That's actually been a meta we've been seeing for quite a bit now. It didn't used to be quite like that for a while, but it seems like the double tank meta has definitely come back on Heist here. But the Primo sitting right there at the bottom of the safe. Let's see if he's going to go for it. There's the jump on Manio, doing a lot of damage to the safe right now. Barley trying to stop him.
Yeah, but you have to look at the top-hand side.
Oh my gosh.
You get a little bit of damage there. Radical trying to get things done. Here's Smith going in with attack with Barley, and that might be enough damage to take down the safe. And there it is, and Monarchs is going to tie it up 1-1.
Wow. Wow. Yes, Primo was doing some great work on the bottom, but that double combo coming in, with the Barley and with the other tank there, like, you couldn't stop him.
Yeah, I think that was a really, really smart choice from Monarchs, is leaving Barley back, because Barley can just get enough damage, and then you have your Bull and Primo your safe is going to be in trouble, especially with those two heavy hitters pounding away at your safe. As the bull, if you're pushing a Barley, you kind of have to fall back and be able to help your team. And as soon as that was about to happen, Barley actually took down Team Clash's bull and then was able to push up and get his super onto the safe. So I think it was a really heads-up play for Monarchs being able to split the pressure while applying on offense and being able to manage on defense because they know they had the damage lead.
Yeah, incredible play coming in from them there. Let's go ahead and talk about the third map coming up here, and that's actually going to be Siege. Nuts and bolts. One of the newer game modes coming to the game is, of course, Siege. Kind of basically just a combo of heist and gem grab. I don't know, man. Siege is pretty punishing on ladder. If you're losing a lot of trophies, and it hurts. It hurts bad.
Plus 500 trophies is minus 12, right?
Yeah, I think something like that. It hurt. I mean, you gain a lot, more, if you win, but I feel like it just doesn't equal because it just hurts way more when you lose than like when you win. You're like, okay, yeah, I got extra trophies, but when you lose, it's like, oh my god, so many trophies are gone.
Yeah, it was just like, every time I lose, I'm just, oh man, there goes like 2 games of like Brawl Ball or something. Like, I don't know.
Looking at this map here, Bull, the ban is going to be Frank, and I don't know, it makes sense. We've seen some pretty good Frank work coming in on Siege. How do you feel about this ban?
I think Frank is a good ban. Just being able to utilize the stun onto like the enemy brawlers to be able to collect a few more bolts or to prevent them from getting the last second bolt to tie it or take the lead or whatever. In terms of bolts and spawning the bot, I think it's really smart to have Frank ban just to kind of take that stun equation out of the game. But I do think Penny and Brock are very dominant brawlers in Siege.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of Penny. I mean, her turret does a lot of damage, especially with the brand new skin that just came out for her. I mean, we all know skins clearly equals wins. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see Penny rocked on both sides. If we see the Bunny Penny coming in, like, it's going to be OP.
If someone's playing Penny and you don't have the Bunny skin, I will personally be offended.
You'll be you might be offended at me because I still haven't bought the skin yet.
Oh, that was the first thing I did when it came out. I was like, oh, new skin? Gems, here you go.
You dirty pay to win. Me too, but as we hop in the game here, I must say I'm a little bit on protest because if you look at the turret's attacks, they're not actually Easter eggs. They should be Easter eggs. What a wasted opportunity.
Okay, Itchy is rocking the Bunny Penny, so
good.
We're okay. We're okay.
Yes.
Everything is right in the world right now.
Okay, third match here. Do take note that once again, 3 in a row. We're actually on Brawl TV. That is really cool to see these high-level players getting the recognition they deserve.
Yeah, I mean, hey, like, if they're still doing this on purpose, like, hey, props to the team.
Exactly. You saw Itchy there using his turret actually to defend himself, keep himself alive from that spike going down. Mr. Fish getting pinched by Radical. Right now, good control coming in from Monarchs Gaming.
Yeah, I feel like that's such an underutilized play that a lot of beginners make is they feel like they only have to use like Camp Healing Station or Jess's turret or Penny's Mortar as an offensive value. You can actually use it to block shots.
Yeah, there's been quite a few times I've gone against a Penny where it was for sure I was going to beat them, but they used that turret to soak up damage, and it was just, oh man, it was so frustrating. It was like having an extra shield for them.
Yeah, it's a really heads-up play. You do sometimes waste the turret because they get destroyed, but yeah.
If it keeps you alive, man, sometimes it's totally worth it.
Yeah,
now, we saw some really good control coming in from Monarchs Game Day, but Team Clash seems to be making a comeback, controlling center pretty well. 6 to 5 bolts right now. Monarchs just ahead by just barely 1 bolt at the moment. 2 bolts now. 3 bolts now, just kidding.
Yeah, the first round was actually a tie at 2-2. So the bolts are just flying through right now. And
yep.
with the recent update, they changed it where bolts actually spawn a little bit closer to the middle to kind of mitigate some of the RNG aspect to it, where one was in like the far right-hand side on one team's side, and another tie coming in here.
Yeah, that's actually, I've never seen that. I've never seen 2 ties in a row coming from Siege. That means this third bot is going to be an incredibly important bot, not only for being the first bot out on the map, but also because of the amount of bolts we've actually, both teams have been saving up here.
Yeah, and when a draw comes out, the next siege timer that we see at the top, typically when the siege spawns in, usually the next siege spawns in like 30 to 40 seconds. But when it's a tie, you actually get 60 seconds worth of bolt spawning. So the level on the next siege is going to be insane.
Yeah, exactly. And right now we're seeing that. If you look at both the bolts, Monarch's holding 14 of the bolts. Team Clash holding 17 of the bolts right now, making that an 18. I mean, this might be the tilt that Monarch needed. I mean, actually, Team Clash needed to push this thing over and get themselves a victory, maybe even with just this one bot. We're about to find out in the next 3 seconds, though. 20 bolts over there on Team Clash right now. Oh my god, here comes the level 20 boss.
This is going to be insane. If Monarchs is somehow able to defend this, their next siege bot could be a game winner.
Yeah, this definitely comes down to can they defend this thing, but it is shredding through their Ike right now. Only to, oh my god, it's just taken out. I can't even say the percentage.
Wow, that was it. The bot still had 30% HP. Barley coming in with the super, Spike pressuring, Leon pressuring side, and wow. Just insane mid control from Clash to start, and then Monarchs was bringing it back a little bit. Like, they held their own and were able to draw the siege bot twice, but it was just too late at the end. I think Clash had too much control with their team comp.
Yeah, that was a really good control coming in from Team Clash there. I mean, you saw those tie after tie, and like you said, if they could have defended that boss, if they could have defended the, you know, the robot coming at them, you know, maybe there was not maybe they would have won that thing, but it just was doing too much damage. It was too tanky, had too much HP for them to actually take it out.
Yeah, I think what could have helped them there on the defensive side was they had Anita and they had a Penny. If they were able to get the mortar and the bear down to tank a little bit of damage from the siege bot, they actually might have been in a better case to defend, because if you push up too high, the Ike will actually retarget to the brawlers if you push past the siege bot. So if Monarchs were able to get their super bear and mortar up, it might have actually been able to help them to defend the siege bot a little bit more, but they both just didn't have their super, and it just didn't end up working out for them.
Yeah, exactly. Now, let's leave that in the past. Let's move on to the 4th match coming in here. That's going to be Brawl Ball Pinball Dreams. This is one of the newer maps here. I personally haven't really gotten to play this map very much. I don't know about you, Full.
I haven't been able to play it too much, but it actually looks like a really interesting Brawl Ball map, because if you look at it, there's a room for, like, if you know how to angle your shots, as a pro call it, or dirty trick shots. If you can nail some dirty trick shots, like, if you know exactly what you're doing, you're gonna be able to score easily on this map. But I mean, this one it's a pretty intense map.
Yeah, this map does look like really like a pro map. Like you said, like you can get some pretty nice shots on here, you know, if you've been practicing. But speaking of getting those kind of bounce shots going on here, the ban is going to be Rico, and that's not really a surprise, because wherever there's room for trick shots, there's room for Rico to be hitting his own shots as well. So getting him right out of that map there, that's definitely going to leave a lot of pressure coming from both teams.
Yeah, I suspect we'll probably see a Anita most likely here for both teams. Maybe a Jessie, and probably a Spike. So I think Nita and Spike will probably be the top 2 brawlers used.
I love Spike. I love Spike in Brawl Ball. I think he's a really great brawler. He does a ton of damage. His slow is great at catching out brawlers, especially like tanks if they're coming after you. Like he's such a great pick, man. Yeah,
one of the things that is, I feel like we don't see too often, is Spike being able to escape from a primo in his super, because with the star power, it also heals him up. So not only is he able to slow down the primo, he's able to heal himself back up and just kind of tank a few more shots if primo were able to get a couple more shots on him.
Yeah, exactly. That's a great point there. And while we're about to hop into this match here, let me remind us that it is actually 1-2 right now. Monarch sitting at 1 win, Team Clash sitting at 2 wins. So Team Clash needs 1 more win here to pull this thing out, and that means Monarchs Gaming has to stop them in this game. They have to clutch a win.
Yep, so looking at the comps here, it looks like we're going to be seeing Penny, Spike, and Nita from Monarchs, and then Carl and Spike from Team Flash.
I feel like I don't see Carl. I mean, Carl. Oh my gosh, a Carl. You never see
Brawl
Carl.
Ball.
Yeah. Wow, I was gonna talk about Gene, but wow, what a great Gene snatch coming in there right from Adam, pulling Radical away, but Radical wasn't able to die and actually was able to stop the sneak, trying to get that ball right in there. That was a great play coming in from both teams.
Yeah, great defense and a great heads-up play, like you were saying. That's super from the Gene, being able to pull Radical away from the action, and it left Itchy to just kind of have to deal with the push that the Spike was making.
Yeah, this is some great control coming in from Monarchs, but Adam turned that thing around. It is now a 2-2 with the respawn coming in from Team Clash right now. All three of them up. Radical sitting about half health. Usain Colt trying to do some damage here. Trying to stay alive. Oh, the shot, but just barely missed making it into the goal.
Yeah, one thing I'm actually surprised about for Monarchs is they don't have anything to destroy the boxes. So the boxes will just stay up in front of the goal from Team Flash, whereas Team Flash does have Adam, they don't have other box breakers. But with the Gene, if you can angle the supers right, which I think he's going to be trying to do for the majority of the early game, is going to be trying to take those boxes down.
Now here's Usain Colt. He's going to try to sneak it in there, but Adam coming in with a pull, stopping him just in time. Mr. Fish cleaning up the Penny there. That was super close. Monarchs almost got a goal there, but just barely. Team Clash was able to pull that out and stop them from scoring.
Yeah, 30 seconds remaining. Radical looking a little bit low. Here comes the super from Spike on the left-hand side. Radical is going to go down here, and this is going to look very close here. We might see the first goal of the game.
Okay, Radical's the only one that can stop Adam right now. Adam trying to pass the ball, but he ended up passing it to Radical. Radical tried to throw it away, but he couldn't in time. 13 seconds left on the clock. Pass to the Menio. Can he make it in? Not quite. It was the back and forth, but Menio with the score into the goal with only 5 seconds remaining. That's going to be a win for them.
Yeah, Team Clash is going to take down Monarchs.
Wow, dude, I can't even speak. That is incredible.
So they were just passing the ball back and forth. The Monarchs was trying to get the ball out of the goal. Like, they were just trying to get it away in any way possible.
Yeah.
But they just weren't able to get through the lines of Clash and pass it away and clear the ball out. It just stayed in front of Monarchs' goal, and Clash was just able to take down Monarchs and capitalize and get that goal with 5 seconds remaining.
Whew. Man, what? That was intense. I'm sweating. Like, my hands are so sweaty right now. That was great plays coming in for both teams. Special shout out to Monarch for putting up a great fight, but Team Clash was actually able to win out that matchup. Incredible plays coming from Team Clash, you know, and we saw them about 2 weeks ago and they did pretty good, but to see them being so strong right now, sitting at a 90% win rate, I'm very interested. I'm keeping my eyes on Team Clash here moving forward.
Yeah, I mean, Team Clash they're looking very good right now.
Yes, absolutely. Should we hop into the second matchup of the day?
Of course we should.
Yes, we should.
Intense matchup.
This is going to be the matchup of the day, guys. I mean, Team Liquid, 100% win rate full. I cannot stress that. 100, and these teams aren't bad.
No, absolutely not. So, yeah, I mean, like, Team Liquid getting the 100% win rate coming into the quarterfinals. We're going to be taking a look at the bracket in just a few moments. Here it is. So, again, Team Clash moving on past Monarch Gaming. Right now we have Team Liquid, 100% win rate versus PSG, 50% win rate. And then coming up later on in the day, we have Tribe Gaming and Nova, and then Team Dynamita versus Cream Esports.
Oh, Dynamita, bro. That's the team I'm excited for. I don't know about chat, but dude, Dynamitas, that's the team I want to win, man. Those guys are they have such a place in my heart. Such a great team.
Yeah, because they were the streamer team that was in your group, right?
Yes, they were in my group, and they did great. They weren't the top. Team Liquid was definitely the top with that 100% win rate, but they did really great. They were all in our hearts there, and yeah, I'm excited to see what they pull out later.
Yeah, so coming into this first map, again, we're going to be on Minecart Madness, the newest map that's coming in to Gem Grab. So it's going to be Team Liquid and PSG. Team Liquid will be on blue on your screen, and then PSG will be in red. So
yeah, let's talk about Team Liquid real quick, because these guys with 100% win rate, we gotta delve a little bit into their team and kind of understand what we're looking at. So Team Liquid's team leader is going to be Bobby Brawl Stars. I think everybody, if you don't know already, Bobby's a pretty well-known name in the community. He's sitting at 15.5k trophies. That is an incredible amount of trophies. Yep. Fele, the next one on his team, sitting at around 13,000, exclusive 13k. Brayden, 14.5k. Jack Chepo, another old school name, sitting at almost 16,000 trophies. This is a stacked team full.
Yeah, this is an insanely stacked team, and then going up against PSG with the captain Son Bentley, who's going to be sitting at 15,000 trophies. Tony surpassing that 16,000 trophy mark, and then Trappa, the content creator of the team, sitting at 7,000 trophies.
Yes, absolutely. Let's talk about the first map again. We haven't really gotten to delve into too much of this Gem Grab Minecart Madness. This thing, bro, this adds so much dynamic to the map. It's I don't think anyone's really had time to form that many like strategies around the minecarts yet.
Yeah, it's really interesting because the minecarts, again, like we were talking about earlier on, some people might not have been here when we were talking about it, but the minecarts do dish out damage. I believe it's 2,000. I think it's 2,000 damage the minecarts dish out, and then they also block the shots. So you can use the shots you can use the minecarts to protect the minecarts to kind of funnel the team into the minecarts.
Yeah. Absolutely. So hopping into this game here, let's see exactly how these pros are going to use these minecarts to their advantage here. Both teams kind of stalled out, sitting at 0-0 at the moment. There actually went a minecart damaging who's the other team against Liquid right now? PSG. PSG getting snagged by the minecart there, and you see it again. He almost got hit again, but just barely escaped it there.
Yeah, Chepo doing a fantastic job funneling that spike away into the corner. We see Dropper just sitting there, and Penny's going to be getting pushed back as well. So far, Team Liquid is very strong. Yeah,
Team Liquid holding on a lot of the gems right now, but as we know, seeing a Gene coming in from PSG, it just takes one Gene pull to turn this thing around, especially if you have a minecart going by where the enemy team can't actually stop or kill the Gene. I mean, that could be the turnaround they need here.
Yeah, I mean, Bobby's sitting with 8 gems right now. PSG only has the one. The Spike Super coming in there right next to the gem mine, but the gem spawns in on Team Liquid's side, and we are going to start the countdown.
Right now, Team Liquid they seem very intimate and familiar with this map, honestly. Like, they seem like they practiced this map a lot. Like, they knew exactly what to do. This didn't seem like they even put any type of struggle there. Like, they had this on lockdown.
Yeah, that was a very strong performance right there from Team Liquid. Bobby's favorite brawler in the game right now. We can kind of see it right there.
Yeah.
How well he played with that Gene. But one question I have that I was just thinking about in the middle of the game, does Gene Super take down a cart? Like, does it knock it away?
I don't think it does, but it does go through the minecart, right?
It would go through it.
Yeah.
I don't think it dishes out damage to the player either, because that would be ridiculous. If he was like, if you could time that perfectly to pull someone in with Gene, and then they get hit by the minecart on the way they're getting pulled, that's just a slap in the face.
Dude, that would be ridiculously OP, because Gene recently, I believe he got a slight buff, so he's looking pretty strong in the meta right now, honestly. Like, we see him a lot more than when he first came out. He wasn't that strong, honestly. But to see him with that buff now, we saw, and as you can see, with a pro player, in the hands of a pro player, incredible plays coming in from that Gene from Bobby for that first game win for Team Liquid against PSG Esports.
Oh, for sure. So brawlers here. Hopefully not. But going into game number 2, it's going to be Heist on Rolling Rumble. We're going to be waiting for the ban momentarily. But I believe this map, last time we saw double tank comp. We saw the double tank comp from Team Monarchs, and they were able to actually get the win with that versus the triple tank comp that Team Clash was running. So is double tank and a thrower, or double tank and a DPS better than the triple tank? What do you think about that? Do you think the double tank?
Yeah, I think you're going a little bit overboard once you hit a triple tank, and I don't think that's the way any meta should ever be in Brawl Stars. It should never be the best option to be triple tank. That's boring. That's not fun. We saw that in still a little bit in Bounty, but not as much anymore, where it was always long range brawlers all the time. Your classic like Piper, Brock, and then like a Penny or a Colt or something, and that was boring. So to see the mix-up of different types of brawlers is definitely what you want in a meta, and I think that's the best way, the best route to go here, which kind of was proven in the last game where the two tanks won it out. I think double tank is a pretty good comp. I think that's great. I think it just comes down to who you're going to support your double tanks with. And how those double tanks are going to play. But like we saw in the first time we saw this heist map, when we saw the Barley and the other tank going up against the safe, it was just an incredible synergy coming in from them. They just couldn't stop them. It was like they had to focus on the tank, and then Barley was just left alone to do incredible amounts of damage.
Yeah. And also, I'm just looking at the chat and Omelet. Shout out to Patchy. He said the cart, going back to the Gene cart question, he said the cart actually does do 2,000 damage when it hits the mine cart, but it stops the pull.
Oh, okay, that's interesting. So if they're about to die, you can actually...
You can just pull them into the cart.
You don't even have to... I mean, now they're not quite as close to you if it's gem grab, but I mean that's the only way for the carts. But still, I mean, there's strategy there for sure.
Oh, yeah. Like, if you can time that perfectly, like, oh, man.
So with this second map of Heist, I don't know if we said it or not, but the ban is going to be Barley, and it really, really makes sense seeing our first game of Heist of the day where that Barley was doing tons of damage. So to get that Barley out the way, my question is, are they either team going to try to substitute the Barley with one of the other lobbers, being Dynamite at the moment, only other lobber in the game?
Maybe, but the thing about Barley, especially on a map like Heist, is the radius of Barley's attack is harder, so I'm curious to see if we'll end up seeing like a long-range attacker come in here, like a Colt or a Rico, because Rico's not banned this time. So we could see a Colt, a Rico, or a Brock maybe in the situation and just kind of go with a long-range tank comp. But I think it'd be interesting to see if one team does end up busting up the Dynamite and trying to kind of get that replacement for Barley. But I just don't know if the zone control will be there with Dynamite.
Yeah, I can see the double tank with the lobber as well. I mean, we saw it with the Barley, so if we see it with the Dynamite, I'm not going to be so surprised. It really did work out well. Plus, Dynamite can actually break down walls to help out his tanks, for example. Obviously, he's not going to want to break the walls near him, as that's going to give him a disadvantage going up against tanks from the enemy side. But it definitely can be used along with something that's only really utilized in the pros, and that's, of course, the bounce coming in from his super, being able to bounce with his normal attacks there. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if we did see that Dynamite, because those bounces can really help him actually escape and keep doing extra damage, and every single Dynamite counts. Dynamite counts when it comes to hitting the safe.
Yeah, and I think the two superior tanks, at least for Heist right now, are probably going to be the Bull and the Primo. I don't think Daryl, especially for this map, is going to be that utilized, especially because Bull and Primo are going to be able to break down the walls. So if you do end up going with a long-range attacker comp, it's going to be pretty important to break down those walls up front to try to help that long-range attacker get that little bit of damage in there.
Yeah, absolutely. We're just waiting on here to go into the second match here. Every team making sure they got those perfect picks there to try to take down the other team coming in here. I mean, Team Liquid still holding on to their 100% win rate full. Do you think that PSG can snag any win out of Team Liquid's hands today, or you think Team Liquid's just going to 3-0 this thing?
I mean, if we're going based on I think Team Liquid is going to be coming out on top. Like PSG has a fantastic team. Like they're a newly established team, so these guys are playing together for just the first time. They could have played like games in the past, but I think this is their first true event as a team, and I think the synergy just isn't there yet. Based on how they've been playing, if PSG had the synergy there, I think they would definitely be able to take down this monster of a team. But coming into this, I think Team Liquid synergy is.
Yeah, let's hop in game and see what's going on here. We're seeing a huge high amount of people watching this game right now, sitting at 200. Chepo is coming in with a Crow, and I feel like we haven't seen Crow in the heist meta in quite a hot minute.
Yeah, and I think with Crow's recent buff and Cam not being as dominant, I think that gives a little bit more breathing room for Crow to come in and kind of be able to dish out a little bit more damage.
Yeah, it's always frustrating to play against a Crow with the constant poison, but it's good to see him in the meta again. No brawler deserves to be out of the meta for that long, so it's good to see him going in there. He's kiting off the Nita down at the bottom, but let's check out what's going at the top here. Braden trying to do damage, juking everybody, getting taken down by Tony. Sun Bentley actually kind of having to waste his super there, but at least they were able to take him out.
And interestingly enough, we only see one tank across all 6 brawlers being selected here. Sun Bentley does end up falling to the poison from the Crow. He's trying to get to the safe and dish out a little bit of damage. Just taking too much for him.
Here comes Brayden in with the charge right onto the safe itself. Bobby doing some good chip damage going on there. Actually able to take down Brayden. Bobby the only one left alive right now. Here comes Jack Chepo. If he can get a super there, he can do some great jukes, coming in with some nice jumps here. There goes down the super by the Nita, pushing both Nita's bears, pushing the other team back. Sun Bentley on the safe, doing some damage right now.
Yeah, Bobby trying to keep up with him and get a little bit more damage. Chepo able to come in and spawn and assist Bobby right there. And this could be the counter push that Team Liquid is looking for. It's a very close game.
It is very close right now. 68 to 61. There goes down the Nita bear. With her being taken out, they're going to be able to safely take out the bear, and there's not too much of an issue. There goes the jump. Jack Chepo on Sun Bentley, taking him out, but not until he got quite a few more chip damage onto the save, dropping it down to 52%. Right now, PSG Esports actually in the lead. This might not be looking too good for Liquid. Can they turn it around?
Yeah, this might be the first loss that Liquid. And oh, what a beautiful shot there from Tony on the left-hand side to take down the Crow, and it is a 6% difference. Nita is locked onto the safe. Looks like Dynamite should be pushing in. Chepo able to take down the Dynamite, and just like that, Team Liquid getting a ton of damage onto the safe. This is gonna be GG.
Oh, wow, they were looking in a struggle, but it's like they flipped a switch. They're like, we're winning this thing. They went in and they took it out. Wow, incredible coming in for a second win from Team Liquid.
Oh my goodness. DLG, I think what PSG's downfall was, and I think this kind of correlates to the synergy point, is Sun Bentley on the Dynamite was actually just going for the save. Like, he wasn't even trying to defend. In this close situation where you're up in damage, you just kind of have to play the safety game.
Yeah.
And if they start pressuring, you take them down and then you go all in, because you're going to have enough time where if you somehow aren't able to defend like that much, you can still go in and get a lot more damage, and then they also have brawlers down. So you need to try to take their brawlers down in that close lead situation. I think the fact that they kind of split up there towards the end was the downfall there.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a risk, because as soon as you split up, you're base racing. And when you're base racing, it's going to come purely down to one thing, and it's damage. And 2 brawlers against 1 brawler, most of the time, 2 brawlers are just going to dish out more damage than 1 brawler can, no matter how much damage that brawler does.
Yeah. And I think it came down to the composition that they had. Like, I just think, like, with Team Liquid having the bull, I just think they had more damage output overall, and that's what helped them in that late game situation where the split lane was coming in. But again, looking back at the matchup screen, here are the players and the trophy counts on screen. Team Liquid with exclusive at about 13,000 trophies. Braden with about 14,000 trophies. Jack Chepo with almost 16,000. Bile with about 13.5 thousand. And Bobby with 15.5 thousand.
Yeah, over on PSG side, Sun Bentley with that 15K, Tony with 16K, Twisty with 16.5K, Crackball only sitting at 7K. I actually met Sun Bentley in Germany when we went to the first Brawl Stars tournament, and incredibly nice guy, incredibly skilled guy. So if there's any team that can turn this thing around, I'm going to say it's Sun Bentley's team. You know, so far, 2 wins under Team Liquid's belt, but as we head into the 3rd game, being Siege, the map nuts and bolts, you know, this is where they can turn it around, because Siege is so new, it's like uncharted territory a little bit still. You know what I mean, Full? So if there's anywhere for them to turn this thing around, I think it's going to be Siege here. I don't know. What do you think? Do you think they still have a shot?
I definitely think PSG still has a shot. Like, the talent on this team is definitely there. It's just going to come down to, at least for this game specifically, who can get the best control. The best control is going to be whichever team.
Yeah, and the ban is actually going to be Barley on this map, and a little bit of a surprise there. I mean, I don't really think Barley... No, actually, you know what? That does make sense. Barley does a lot of damage and can zone a lot of damage as well. So getting him out of the map there. That means, however, last time we had the Frank ban, which means that if someone wants to play Frank, we're going to see a Frank potentially in this map here. It's going to come down to what type of comp is both teams going to want to run here.
Yeah, I again wouldn't be surprised if we see Penny. Penny is easily one of the best brawlers for Siege right now. Just the mortar being able to dish out damage, getting that backdoor location onto the Ike. It's just very crucial to have a Penny on your team, and even the piercing damage that she can provide. So I think from Team Liquid we'll probably see a Penny. We might see Bobby on the Gene. Bobby is very comfortable on Gene. It's his favorite brawler.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't surprise me, but Bobby is also one of those players that you can just never predict what he's going to run. He's just one of those players that is good with every brawler, and he can make a brawler work in any situation given.
Yeah, I think that's what it comes down to for any pro, is like, can they utilize all those brawlers? Let's hop into this Siege match. See if Team Liquid can clutch this 3-0 victory, or is PSG going to bring the upset?
Oh, and it looks like Team Liquid is actually, they have the Barley on their card.
Am I lagging here, or are both teams kind of not moving right now?
Jack Chepo's like Barley's band.
Oh, that's Is that going to be? How does that work? Is that going to be a win for the other side, or are we going to get a rematch?
I think it's gonna have to wait for official word from the admins, because this was a situation last time where there was like a miscommunication with the ban or something. So we'll have to see what the official word is. But it looks like the ban was intact, so it was going to be a Barley. So it looks like it's going to be a forfeit. So PSG taking the game from Team Liquid, and Team Liquid's 100% win rate is now gone because they made a mistake.
Dude, that's the worst way to ruin a 100% win rate. I wonder how mad the team is on Jack Chepo right now.
Oh my gosh.
I know I would be so mad at Chepo right now. I would be like triggered in the chat, like, what the crap are you doing? Oh, that's... Well, you know what? I still think they can win this thing, but... I mean, there's what PSG needed to turn this thing around. They got a win under their belt.
I mean, hey, momentum is everything.
That's true.
But so I mean, like, having the momentum coming back from that could be pretty important for PSG. Man, I think Chepo would want us to move on. Let's go ahead and move on to this fourth map here. Of Brawl Ball. It's going to be Pinball Dreams here. We were talking about it last time, being really great for those trick shots, which means it's really great for the Rico. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw another Rico ban, and I also wouldn't be surprised if Chepo decided he wants to play Rico as well for the next game, but I guess we'll have to wait and see. Oh yeah, for sure. I could see Rico and Spike are the brawlers that are most likely going to be banned in this situation. Spike again on Brawl Ball is arguably one of the best brawlers overall for the Brawl Ball game mode. It obviously will vary from map to map in terms of other brawlers, but I feel like on every single Brawl Ball map, Spike is probably the most consistent brawler.
Spike, yeah, Spike's always been pretty consistent. He's oh man, he's just such a good brawler. I don't think there's ever been a meta where Spike hasn't. I mean, there's been metas where he's not like the absolute top dog, but he's never been in a place where he like really sucks. You know what I mean? Like, there's been a place where Geneverse came out and he sucked. Carl sucked. Crow was kind of honestly he sucked due to how strong Pam was. But you know, it's never been like that for Spike. He's been consistent, strong, and I agree, Joe. I'd be surprised if we saw Spike on this map as well.
Yeah, so we'll see what the ban is going to be coming in here in just a few moments. These guys are. It looks like Daryl is going to be banned.
I see it because I mean, Daryl. Once they changed him, they changed his mechanics around completely. They reworked his kit. I mean, being like that short range role assassin, it makes sense for Brawl Ball, pretty much any Brawl Ball map, honestly. So I guess it was too much of a threat and they just wanted to get him out of the way.
Yeah, for sure. I see like Daryl just being able to roll through, especially where Mortis, like when they added the feature where taking a shot with the ball actually takes off your ammo bar. Mortis not being able to dribble, I think Daryl was kind of the brawler that filled that void of being able to push the ball up far and fast. So I think Daryl is probably one of those bans that will just remain like fairly consistent unless you're trying to target ban or something. But I think Daryl is just an overall okay ban just to kind of mitigate the fact that you can push up the ball faster.
Yeah, and you know what? Thinking about that, I'm interested as we hop into the game here. I'm interested to see when Rosa comes out. Is Rosa gonna be banned all the time? Because she's like a beefed up primo, if you can even imagine that. I mean, her just being able to walk the ball into goals, it could be ridiculous.
Yeah. So we see a Nita and Carl coming out from Team Liquid, and a Nita and Spike coming out from PSG.
And Rika was doing some great damage, but Brayden was just able to come around, just completely just wreck him, and I'm pretty sure just walk the ball right in here. A little bit of that disrespect just standing there letting him take damage, but hey, Nita can take all of it that she wants, hopefully get that bear up, turn this thing around for them. They're going to need it here. I think Team Liquid is ready to just secure a quick win after that unfortunate forfeit for them.
Yeah, I think that was kind of like a wake-up call a little bit, like, all right, focus up. Like, if they weren't focused before, but it seems like they're in full focus mode right now. And I mean,
Bobby on the left side, can he? I thought he was gonna try to trick shot it here. It's still possible. Oh, you saw that? He tried to use his super, but just missed on Bentley. But it doesn't matter. Bobby walking that thing right in. We get in the final goal they needed, securing that third win for them.
Yeah, I mean that was an intense one right there. Bobby just missed the super going on to the Rico right there, and he tried to get the trick shot. So he took the shot, and then he tried to super in. If he was able to get the super in, the ball actually would have gone through and just scored.
Yeah, that's some pretty crazy stuff. And I mean, if we look at the different trophies from both teams now while we're sitting here on the screen, some 700s on both sides. Trappa, I think, was unfortunately a little bit of the weak link for PSG. I just said wink, the weak wink for PSG because, you know, he's sitting here, 7K trophies, only a 200 brawler. And I mean, the difference between a 200 and a 700 brawler is absolutely tremendous.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, it's clear to see why. But, I mean, even for that, the amount of fight that PSG put up against Liquid, very commendable.
Oh, for sure. The PSG is one of those teams that was like, they were coming into this where they feel like they had something like to prove a little bit, going up against like these OG teams kind of coming in, like the people who have been in the game for a long time. Sun Bentley, of course, being in, kind of captaining the team now, and they felt like they had something to prove as a team, and I think they did exceptionally well, making it to the quarterfinals, making it through the group stage. But I mean, to even put like a fight up against Team Liquid in the roster that they have is something you definitely can't be ashamed of for sure.
Yeah, I mean, all the teams that made it this far, very, very, very strong.
Yeah. So just to kind of recap about it, Team Clash took down Monarchs 3-1. Team Liquid took down PSG 3-1. And next up, we're going to be having Tribe Gaming versus Nova. This is the second match where two juggernaut teams are going head to head with each other. And then we had our two streamer teams that were coming up. We saw the first one with Clash and Monarchs. But here we go with Tribe Gaming and Nova Esports. What do we got, Deal?
Now, before I tell you about these teams, Full, let me tell you that since beta from like 2 years ago, the two teams that have always been against each other in like heart and everything, it's always been Tribe versus Nova. That's just been, I mean, I don't want to get into the big history, but basically the versus, like the band, they merged into Tribe. And I mean, Tribe has just always been the adversary of Nova. So this is a historic game. Who's going to take home the victory versus the other team? We're going to find out. But let's go ahead and look at the two teams right now. Looking at Tribe, we're sitting with an old school player, OG, with 15K trophies. Alex sitting at almost 14K. Another old school Keith sitting at almost 15K trophies. Second best as well, 15K. And Chief Pat, the Chief Pat, sitting at 12K trophies. Who's over on the Nova Esports side?
All right, so on the Nova side, we got Corey, almost at 14,000 trophies. We have Super Sai, very close to the 13,000 trophy mark. Shadow Jutsu sitting at 13.2K. Eric sitting at 12K. And then my man, Portal, coming through at 13K.
I love Portal, bro. I met him in Shadow Jutsu in Germany as well. The two nicest guys I've ever met. So I kind of have a soft spot for Team Nova, but I've also known all of these Tribe people as well. Both teams having very well-known names in the community, very established names as well. This is, I mean, man, who do you think is going to take home a win here, man?
I mean, if we're going historics-wise, we saw Nova had a performance against Tribe in Season 1. This is the first time they're meeting in Season 2. So we'll see if anything has happened from season to season at this point, at least for these two teams. We know a couple roster changes have happened, but other than that, like, these two teams historically come out on top. So we'll see if Tribe has it in them to take it here. They've been performing extremely well for the first part of Season 2.
Yeah, and if we look at the win rates for both Tribe and Nova, Tribe is sitting at a 90% win rate. Nova sitting at a 60%. Not a bad win rate either, but 90%. That's a little bit of something to be afraid of. They're almost on the same level of Team Liquid's win rate. So I mean, I don't know. It's going to be a tough matchup. It looks like, just from the win rates, Tribe might have the advantage over Nova, but both teams have some very, very strong players on either side. Very interested to see what they do in Game 1, actually being back on our gem grab map of Minecraft Madness.
Yeah, so here we go. We're going to be jumping in just a few moments. It looks like there was actually a spectate bug.
Oh. What do we do to that? I want to see them play. I cannot see them in game at all.
I can't either, but I think the match is happening.
Okay, well, let's go ahead and guess on what's going on in the game right now.
Wait, hold on. Brawl TV. Let's see if this works. I don't know.
Imagine, can you?
I'm trying. No, it's not them. Okay. It was worth a shot. It was worth a shot.
It was worth a shot. So I mean, I guess they're in game right now. I think both teams are doing pretty well. Full. It's really interesting to see the different dynamics that both teams are doing right now that we can't see. Where they're actually it looks like they're not in game. Never mind.
Okay, now they're starting up. Okay, here we go. We're good. Let's go. Jumping into game number 1. That was an intense game that we were shaping up in our heads.
But, you know what? Hey,
what was the see how the real one plays out now.
Look at this. Alex rocking a Mortis, which is I like that thought because he's really good at maneuvering and using those mine carts to his advantage.
Yeah, just being able to kind of apply pressure, dashing by the mine carts. He can actually avoid taking damage from the mine carts. He's going to be diving in onto the bow and Gene here. He is going to go down, but he gets a lot of damage onto them.
There goes down the bow mines, pushing back OG in second best, but just didn't really do any damage to them. Wasn't really too much of a harm. There goes the pull by second best, snatching up Corey, taking him out. Alec coming in, taking out Portal as well. And OG doing some great damage to Shadow, taking him out as well. All three team wipes right there. Let's see if Nova can bring this thing back.
Yeah, I think Alec is doing a fantastic job here. Just look at the position that he has. I mean, Barley knew he was going to push there, but Alex is able to take him down. Able to build up his shots again. If he might be able to get away, no, Portal is going to take him down. Mortis has to be careful not to be carrying too many gems.
Now OG, look, OG's a little bit stuck by the cart. Can he escape? He got pulled by Portal. That was the turnaround that Nova needed right there. It is 8-3. Can Alec turn this thing around? Shadow Jitsu almost going down, but able to escape just barely. Getting taken out by the mine cart. This is incredible. Here comes Alec snatching up the gems once again. Wow.
Whoa. Oh, second best gets the pull, and that is going to be a countdown for Tribe.
I thought it was over for Tribe, but they brought that thing right back here. Let's see if Nova can still turn this thing around with 8 seconds left on the clock. Porter looking for the pull. He ended up pulling OG, though not the best pull that he needed. OG taking him out instead. Corey almost getting taken out as well. 1 second left on the clock.
And that is going to do it. Oh my goodness. So the reason that Shadow got taken down by the minecart, Alec was in the back, pushing back onto Tribe's side, and OG and second best were pushing Shadow back. So when Alec was coming in from behind, it actually pushed Shadow to go back toward OG in second because Corey had just taken them down. So he had to push back, and then he got smacked by the minecart and taken down. And that's when Alec just came through, collected the gems, and just fell back.
That had to be the most intense game that we've seen of Minecraft ever. I mean, wow. What? I mean, I've heard... that was great. I mean, honestly, GG to both sides. Tribe definitely had the upper hand, really controlling the map the entire game pretty well. But the turnaround from Nova was very, very commendable here. And it definitely gives a hope going into second game in Heist that they can actually turn this thing around for themselves and tie it up against Tribe and be 1-1. But right now, it is 1-0. Tribe taking out that first win.
Yeah, I think that's a huge win for Tribe. Especially we were talking about the historics with these two teams meeting up in the Forge League. Season 1, Nova had Tribe's number the entire season. They were able to take them down. It was close games, but it was always Nova coming out on top. And right now, Tribe has the momentum coming in to the first meeting between these two teams in Season 2. And Tribe is looking really strong right now.
Yeah, they're looking like Team Liquid here, honestly. Both teams being just very dominant every single game. If they make it on to the next rounds, it'll be a really interesting matchup to see a Liquid versus a Tribe, maybe for the finals? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, that'll be next Sunday. So that we'll have to but so the ban for Heist is going to be Nita. So Nita is going to not be in this Heist map on Rolling Rumble. And just taking a look at the map, for those of you guys that weren't here, we were talking about how in the first series that we saw between Monarchs and Clash, Barley was the game changer there. Just being able to get that lob damage in. It was a double tank Barley versus a triple tank comp, and the double tank Barley was just able to just steamroll that triple tank comp. And then in the last moment, in the last game, we saw a one tank comp coming from Team Liquid, and the team with the tank ended up winning the match. So we'll see what happens here with Nita.
Nita being banned. I feel like I don't think Nita when I think Heist. I don't think I've even seen Nita really played on this map either. So with a Nita ban, I'm wondering what their thought process is. You know, I feel like I'd rather have that Barley being banned. You know what I mean? Because the Barley, oh man, he's just so incredibly strong. I think even against Anita, he's going, you know, he would still win it out. But let's go ahead and see what both teams are rocking on the roster. Figure out maybe what the strategy was with the Nita ban.
All right, so here we go. It looks like from Tribe, they do have that double tank. It's going to be Primo and Bull, and then we have OG on the Rico. We have a Bull and Shelly with Eric on the Barley.
That's interesting because we got to think now. Who's going? Basically, it's going to come down to who's going to play the better Rico or Barley, because both of them have. They're kind of the key points for both of these teams. Eric EX about to get 1 chip damage on the safe, but not quite. Getting OG down a little bit. Second Beast actually taking out some of the team over there. Shadow and Portal looking to defend against the team right now. OG sitting with his super, waiting to use it at the right time.
Yeah, OG can get an angled shot on the left-hand side onto the safe, so I'm not sure if he's going to be able to eventually get to that point. Nova's control of this left-hand side of the map is really strong.
Yeah, OG looking a little bit scared right now. He's got to back up and try to heal up, but the constant chip damage from Eric EX is actually going to take OG down there. Very nice play coming out, but right now 78% sitting on Tribe safe right now if they don't do something different here. And there's a good defense coming from Nova. This might be what Nova needs to take the win.
Yeah, oh, Shadow coming in with the super from Shelly there, knocking that Bull out of the equation. OG has a couple clean shots onto the save, getting 10% damage. Just a little bit of chip kind of bringing them back into this game.
Now, Bull sitting here with his super on Tribe side, waiting for the right moment to charge in, but if he's not careful, Shadow Jutsu is just going to smack him down with the super there, so he's going to be very careful and push with his team at the right time.
Yeah, I think what's going to have to happen for Tribe to get a successful push here is Second is going to have to get his super up, and then be able to jump in and kind of bait Shadow's super out, where Alec is able to push him, but it looks like Alec's going to be going for the back door a little bit here. He does get a little bit of chip damage on the save. Nova playing this extremely passively right now.
Eric EX actually taking out OG, getting a little bit of damage on the safe. Portal coming in with the charge as well, doing a little bit more damage. OG taking him out. Second best, taking out Eric EX, just barely getting taken out himself. OG looking for some chip damage here. There is only 10 seconds left on the clock, and it is not looking good for Tribe. Alec needs a charge, and now there goes the charge. Can he do the damage in time?
Oh, Primo's going to go in. Are they going to get enough damage? They get the damage, but...
No, but it's not enough.
But Eric pushes back. What a heads-up play from Eric.
Wow, so it looked like Tribe turned it around, and they did. But at the last second, Eric EX snuck bottom as the Barley and was able to take that extra couple, I think maybe 5% damage on the save, and clutch that victory for them. That was a pro game if I've ever seen one on Heist. Like, incredible.
That was a fantastic heads-up play from Nova to be able to capitalize on the all-out push that Tribe was about to do at the end of the game. I mean, just thinking about it, if Tribe had done that push about 5 seconds later, they would have won the game. So it was kind of timing was everything in that situation. I think they just gave Nova a little bit too much time to bring that back, but they had to be thinking to themselves, if we don't go in now, we're going to lose this game.
And that's what I was thinking. You know what I mean? I would have gone in at the time they went in as well. It's like, okay, there's the countdown. There's only a couple seconds. We need to pull out as much damage as we can. This is our last shot. This is our Hail Mary. I mean, I think they played it great, but that just few extra seconds, that little sliver, Eric was able to sneak in, plus that extra 5%, get that win for Nova, man. That was really good game coming in from Nova, getting them the first victory. So it's now sitting 1-1. Tribe with 1 win, Nova with 1 more. Moving into the third match of Siege, of course, being nuts and bolts. This is the combo of the last 2 maps we've seen, basically, because Siege is like that combo of Gem Grab and Heist. So with Tribe having a win on Gem Grab and Nova having a win on Heist, going into this, I'm wondering who's going to have the upper hand for this Siege match.
Yeah, if we're looking at the core concept, I think I'm going to have to put this in favor of Tribe. They had such good mid control that if they can carry that mid control over to Siege, then they'll have no problem getting the bolts in and getting those robot spawns, and they'll be able to take the game. The ban for this is actually going to be Jesse. So the first time we're seeing Jesse banned on Siege today. We haven't seen too much Jesse in the first 2 Siege maps.
Yeah, I feel like I'd even want a Penny ban over a Jesse ban.
Yeah, I'm wondering what the choice for Jesse ban was for Tribe here.
I mean, Jesse's still a strong brawler.
Yeah.
She can do a lot of damage with her turret. She can do a lot of damage with her bounce shot that can bounce up to 3 enemies at one time. She can be pretty good for control of sensor. And honestly, if we look back in meta, this was quite a bit of metas ago. Jessie used to be a really, really strong gem grab carrier in gem grab a while ago. So she does have the viability of controlling center of the map. We've seen it proven. So to see it here today, I mean, it really could make sense why they'd want to get her out of the picture there.
Yeah, I think that's one of the. I think that's a really good point. Is Jessie is one of those brawlers. Like Jessie is still really good in Siege. I just feel like Penny is the building spawner that does a little bit more damage for Siege. So I think it's interesting to see the Jessie ban coming out here. So I'm wondering what comp that Tribe wants to go with here. That Jessie is the choice of ban.
Yeah, I don't know. I think we probably will still see the Penny on the map. Penny's very, very strong. It's interesting because every game we used to see a Pam, but with the recent Pam nerfs, we haven't seen a single Pam.
Yeah, I don't think we haven't seen Pam once today.
Pam was in almost every single map just the last time we saw the matchups.
Yeah, we saw her in Gem Grab. We even saw her in Brawl Ball. Like, she was everywhere.
She was even in Heist. I mean, and Pam, honestly, Pam doesn't really belong in Heist. Let's be honest. So to see her in Heist, you knew she needed a nerf. When you start seeing a brawler that clearly isn't designed for a certain game mode to be like that good in, and you see them dominating that game mode, you're like, okay, it's time. We need to nerf them.
Yeah.
Let's hop into map though, and let's see if either of the teams went Pam or not.
Yeah, so here we go. Mirror comps outside of the Bull from Nova and the Barley from Tribe.
Bull is a really interesting pick. I wouldn't think Bull. I mean, I guess I could see it with the charge in, but you see him getting taken out there. The Barley can just kite him all day.
Yeah, so far, like we're seeing, great mid control from Tribe here.
Yeah, absolutely. 4 bolts coming in on Tribe. Nova's still sitting at 0. Honestly, I don't like the... Yeah, there goes the 5th bolt. I don't like the bull pick. I think that's going to be the disadvantage for Nova for this game.
Yeah, because I mean, all of Tribe's brawlers are long range, and that doesn't really give Bull an option to connect with them unless he gets his super in and just able to charge in, but he might not be able to get that much damage on some brawlers to even get his super in a timely manner, at least.
Yeah, and you can see here, they kind of zoned out Tribe. Tribe wasn't really able to get up very much and do very much damage on the Ike. Super Sai really is going to need, as the Bull, that super. He's going to need to get that super as fast as he possibly can if he's going to want to turn this thing around for his team.
Yeah, he's trying to get some chip damage onto OG on the right-hand side here, but Second Best doing a fantastic job funneling out Corey and Portal with the Barley attack.
OG doing some great damage. They're taking out Alec as the Carl here. The control is back in Tribe's hands. It was 3-3, but Tribe is turning this thing around, man.
They just team wiped Nova on that right-hand side, and Tribe is just looking so comfortable on this map.
Yeah, and like you said, it came down to the control of map because, you know, with Heist, Nova was good at the pushing, but if you never have a bot to push, it doesn't matter, and that's what Tribe is counting on here. They just keep snagging these bots, and, you know, they're just doing an incredible job of just controlling everything.
Yeah, that's game right there. They're all, Nova's squad wiped. The damage onto the Ike is too good, and Tribe is going to come out on top on the second push of the game. Yep. Phenomenal control from Tribe.
Yes, that, you know, that was pretty much flawless. That was a pretty much flawless victory coming, and from Tribe there for their second win, 2-1 right now. Nova still having 1 win under their belt, which is great because they can turn this thing around. Heading into this, when it comes to Brawl Ball, this is a little bit more uncharted because we've seen Gem Grab, we've seen Heist, we've basically seen the combo of both. I'm wondering who has the more OP Brawl Ball team. We know that pros love Brawl Ball. I'm wondering who's got that OP Brawl Ball team.
I mean, Tribe has been historically known as the team that dominates in Brawl Ball. Like OG runs the Brawl Ball turf, I think.
Yeah.
So I mean, historically speaking, the match favor does go toward Tribe. So we'll have to see how this plays out. And this is a new map too. So this could be interesting to see if Nova is able to adapt to this. Who is able to adapt to this new map quicker?
Yeah.
And try to figure out who's going to be able to get the win here. And are we going to game 5?
Yeah, I mean, we could see a game 5, which would be great. We haven't seen any game 5s yet, but kind of like you said, I agree. Tribe is very, very strong when it comes to Brawl Ball. Brawl Ball is definitely their home territory. They're very, very comfortable, being on Brawl Ball maps. But the one hope for Nova is, like you said, that it is newer maps. And with it being a newer map, it is a little bit of uncharted territory. Is that enough to upset kind of the ground that Tribe stands on? And maybe Nova can still bring a turnaround here, man, especially with the ban coming in being Carl. Is this enough to cripple Tribe and Nova to take this thing home for a second victory?
I mean, when Carl was released, I never imagined him being banned in a Brawl Ball scenario. But with the recent balance change, I can actually see it working. So I don't know.
It makes sense when you think about his super, because it's that gap closer, and any gap closer is going to be very strong for Brawl Ball when you need to close that distance and get the ball into the goal. Like you see that with Daryl. You definitely saw that when it came to Mortis with his dribbling before he got nerfed.
Right.
So it does make sense with his super, why he would be strong on Brawl Ball, especially now that he's gotten that recent buff. So him being, nerfed, him being banned, that makes sense to me.
Yeah, for sure. So I think we're going to be we'll probably see a Spike and Nita for sure from one team each, or both teams maybe. We'll see. We were talking about how earlier pretty much Spike and Nita are the ones that kind of dominate the Brawl Ball scene. Like across all maps, they're the most consistent Brawl Ballers.
Yeah. If you think about Nita, it makes sense she's strong in Brawl Ball because her bear is kind of like a slow churning gap closer in a sense, because it kind of pushes them back, which means you can move up like slowly but safely move up. So it makes sense as far as like kind of like that distance closing, that gap closing, why Nita would be strong with that bear.
Yeah, and a lot of the plays that I've seen pros make is that I haven't seen in like public matches or something, is if you're playing on Nita and you have the super, pros will actually throw the bear backwards.
Yeah.
If there's not a situation where they can utilize the bear, they'll just throw the bear backwards to try to just build up a little bit of a heavier push, and also be able to just build up their next super so they can get it a little bit faster.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's kind of like a Clash Royale thing where it's like you're putting your troops in the very back to kind of like when you're building up that elixir. It makes sense they would do that. I like the thought of that. It'll be, we could see that in this game for sure. I agree with you. I think we'll probably see Anita on this map. I agree with you on the Spike. I really honestly wanted to see Carl, and as we hop into the game here, we'll see what other brawlers both teams are playing. I really do wish we could have seen a Carl, though. I like Carl. I think he's a really fun brawler.
Yeah, so looking at it, we do see Anita from both teams here, and it looks like Tribe is going to be rocking the Spike as well.
Yeah, Portal opting to go with Primo here. A little bit of an interesting choice, just because this map, it is a little bit too open for a Primo, I feel like.
The middle, yes. I think the Primo is mostly going to be utilized for taking down the walls up front.
Yeah, I think if he can use those walls to his advantage, he could still rock something here. I guess we'll have to see, because Alec has his super now. He's going to throw the bear out, try to distract the Primo, push him away from the center.
Yeah, I think that was a really good play there from Alec. And he's able to get a little bit of chip and push the ball a little bit more forward. And here comes more damage onto Primo. Second best is going to try to get a little bit of damage. Spike throwing in the super. Takes down.
That bear stopped OG from doing anything, man.
Wow.
That was a really good bear coming in from Super Saiyan right before he died.
Yeah, OG was able to take it down, but the bear that Super Saiyan had was crucial.
Yes, that bear definitely saved Nova from having a goal scored on them.
Oh.
But with 4 people on the map, man, I don't think there's going to be much of a contest for this first goal. Alec coming in with the score after being passed by second best.
What a play from OG. He was able to get the slow onto Portal and onto Shadow. And him and second best were able to take them down to complete the squad wipe. And Alec was able to get the goal. Wow.
Yeah, you know, looking at Rico versus second best Gene, I kind of like Gene better right now. I think with the pull, it's a little bit, you can use it more than Rico super like you're seeing there. Because Rico didn't even take down. There goes the trick shot. It doesn't even matter to him.
Talking about. Wow. The
Walls
trick
don't
shot
matter.
from second best. Oh my goodness.
Oh
Wow.
my God. And that's going to be the 3rd win for Tribe, ending it with a trick shot. That's the way to go.
Right there, ladies and gentlemen. We got him. Wow. What a shot from second best.
Whew. That was good. That was really good. Well played from both teams.
What a
Special
game.
shout out to Nova there. But
I
Tribe
know,
will be the one
wow.
moving on.
Nova played that so well. Wow. That was crazy. Unbelievable.
Yes.
All
Yeah.
right. So we are going into the final matchup of the day. And it's going to be our last remaining streamer team in Team Dynamita.
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 Dynamita, bro. That's the team. I think Dynamita, or no, it was another team we went up against in my group 2 weeks ago. It was the OMG team, Old Men Gaming. And we actually, in the chat, we yeeted to defeated to help them win. So if they yeeted in the chat, it helped OMG defeat the other team. And it actually worked. It was really funny. We were yeeting all day, and it defeated them. But anyway, that's totally sidetracked. From Team Dynamita versus Cream Esports, who do we have on both teams here?
So, looking at the matchups, it's going to be Team Dynamita. Dynamita up against Cream, and it's going to be Czar, Daddy Squashy, Sad Spike, First Core, and Karma from Team Dynamita. And then we have Danny, Grozek, Duzzy, Bara, and Juarez from Cream.
Okay, so Team Dynamita, place in our hearts. Cream Esports, a known esports team, but honestly, looking at the roster, I think the only names I really know comes from Team Dynamita of Czar and Daddy Squash. I feel like I've seen them both in the community before, but other than that, I don't really have much of a track record for any of these players on either team. What about you? Have you seen any of these guys before in the pro scene?
I feel like I've seen Sad Spike in a couple top games.
Yeah.
His name looks familiar. His favorite brawler is Spike.
That's ironic. That's good.
I'd be pretty disappointed if it wasn't, and his name was Sad Spike. But if they win today, he might change his name to Happy Spike. I don't know.
You know, with the recent name change, I don't know if you know about this, but you can actually change your name now for like a few gems.
Yeah. The first one's free, by the way.
Oh, really? Nice.
If you didn't use your name change prior, the first one is technically free.
Oh, well, I think I already used mine. Rip.
Then you gotta.
Now I'm sad. Now I'm a Sad Spike.
You gotta pay that money. Now you're a Sad Spike. Yeah.
Yeah. Rip.
But one thing to point out is Team Dynamita has a 90% win rate, and Cream Esports has a 73% win rate. So coming into this, Team Dynamita has the better win rate. So if we're going off a win rate, it might be Team Dynamita coming out on top, but we'll have to see here.
Now, just to know so you guys are confused, Barely Trying is actually Zahar. With the recent being able to change your name, he did change his name to Barely Trying.
Gotcha, okay.
They're actually live in-game right now.
Yeah, here we go, jumping into it. So it is tied up 1-1. Oh, squashing.
Oh my gosh. Dude, those cart deaths are so satisfying.
Oh no, Danny. Oh, he got it out of the way.
So Squash kind of the only one on the team right now. There goes down. He tried to get the pull. Wow, there was nowhere for the knee to go, and she just got squashed by the minecart.
Was it Squashy that pushed her back? Because that would be very different.
I don't think it was. No, maybe it was. No, it wasn't. It wasn't.
Oh, that's too bad. Oh, sad spike. Oh, it gets out of the way in time. I'm more interested about the cart's path than what the players are doing. Anyway.
Okay, focusing in on the players here. Team Dynamita on the blue side right now. Cream Esports sitting on the red side. Both teams doing pretty well, pretty much tied, even though Cream Esports not really holding their gems at the moment.
Oh, look at Mars just holding off in the corner. Sad spike able to get a shot onto that Nita, just hiding in the corner, trying to build up some HP. Sad spike kind of getting pushed back here. Squashy with the pull onto the Barley, and that is going to be a takedown. It is only Barely Trying remaining.
But the minecart saves him. Well, actually, wait, the minecart might be... Oh, no, oh, my gosh, he cannot escape from it.
Squashy trying to get his super back up. If he's able to get his super and connect to this Bo, that is going to be game-changing. Bo is carrying 7 gems. He's pretty low on health.
Low, yeah.
And there is the countdown starting up.
13 seconds left on the clock right here. 10 gems. There goes 3 of them, though, stopping the countdown. This is still a pretty close match, honestly.
Barley getting taken down by the cart. Oh,
These carts are just some crazy madness.
They're
It's really hard to
ruthless.
focus on the teams.
Oh, it is the countdown going in favor of Dynamita, but the gem does spawn in, and that is going to be a tied game.
Yeah, it is tied right now, and these minecarts are really making things hard for both teams. We've seen both teams kind of having their escape squash there. Squashy about to go down, though. Oh my gosh, but coming in, barely trying.
Yeah, and there is a 3-gem lead, so Barely Trying can just fall back here. He now has 13 gems, and this is looking like it will be the game here.
Oh, the pull onto the minecart. An epic ending for a first win coming in from Team Dynamita.
Oh my god. Can we get stat on how many kills the cart had that game, please?
I think the star player should have been the cart.
I think the star player was the minecart right there. Oh my goodness.
I mean, I don't know what to say. What to say.
Like, who got the kill there? The Gene or the cart? Like, what?
That would be really hilarious if on the kill feed it actually said the cart got the kill instead of the brawler. That would be super funny. Kind of like shaming you that you died to a cart.
Yeah, I want to ask Brawl Stars if they can release an official stat. You know how they've been doing, like, how many times has this brawler, like, been taken down or something?
Oh, how many times a brawler's been killed by a cart?
Yeah, I want to ask Brawl Stars for that stat.
That would be pretty funny, honestly.
Like, after a week after the update, how many times has a brawler died to a cart? Like, that needs to be known.
I think that should be a score on your personal, like, play card. Like, you got this many 3v3 wins and solo wins and trophies and how many times you've died to a cart.
Yes, please.
It's like a negative stat.
Yeah. I want that as my #1 dyer to cart in my Twitter bio. Please.
So we're gonna move on to the second map here, being Heist. Rolling Rumble, you guys can see it right there on screen right now. I mean, it kind of looks like your pretty standard Heist map.
Yeah, and Rico is going to be banned here. We've seen Rico ban, I think this is the is this the third time out of the 4 maps that Rico has been banned? On this
I
specific
think
map?
this is
Or
his
second?
second time. I think this is his second
Yeah.
one. Yeah,
Yes.
I still like the Barley band over the Rico though.
Yeah. It was Barley and then Nita.
Yes, the
So
Nita
this-
band, very interesting.
So this is the second Rico ban that we're going to be seeing here. But yeah, so coming into this, with the Rico ban, no more chip shots onto the safe from the angles. We can still see it from Brock, but I feel like we're definitely going to be seeing a Barley after how strong Barley has been. We saw Barley clutch a heist game for Nova in the last round versus Tribe.
Yeah, and talking about the matchup there in that last game of Tribe versus Nova, both teams are rocking double tank, which we'll probably see again. And the matchup kind of came down to the Rico versus Barley, like what both of those players were gonna do on opposite sides. And I feel like the Barley was better utilized over the Rico. And I'm not just talking the last few seconds where he got the chip damage. I really think, Barley is the better pick over Rico here, but let's hop into the map. Let's see what these teams are playing.
Yeah, I definitely think Barley is the better choice here, and we see Barley coming in from both teams. A bull coming in. Oh, there's a mirror.
Wow, we have a mirror comp right now, so it's coming down to who's got the more OP skin. Honestly, Danny rocking that the football bull skin, really OP.
I love the football bow skin. Oh, it looks like Danny might be able to fall here. No, he just barely escapes 100 HP. Oh, the spike shot wasn't there in time.
Yeah, Danny's sitting super low here, trying to come around. Squash gonna try to stop him, at least stop his healing there, as you saw Squash just do a little bit. Danny's still sitting pretty low on HP, and he's gonna get a pinch there, but Squash able to take him out before barely even made it up there. This might be the push we're about to see from Team Dynamite. They're looking pretty strong right now.
Yeah, they have 6% damage onto the safe. Barely trying to get his super, and there goes the bull charging enough to the safe. He's gonna be able to get a decent amount of damage. Juarez using his super on the defensive front, and there he uses it again to try to get himself to heal up, but a 45% damage and even more coming in onto the safe for Team Dynamite.
I feel like we're seeing Dynamite kind of just play the safe chip game. Like, they're not overcommitting. They're still getting a lot of damage on the safe, but they're not going all in yet. They're just getting chip after chip after chip here.
Oh, there's going to be a lot of damage, though, coming in from Cream. They do get taken down. The bull charging in as well, and with this team wipe, it looks like Dynamite might be able to take this game here.
This is it right here. All Squashy has to do is come in with his charge. He's waiting for the other bull to kind of get out of his way. Here he goes in with the charge. Is he going to get any damage on the safe? He gets 2,800. Sad Spike able to clutch the last few damage that they needed, and that's going to be a second win for Team Dynamite.
Are we going to get a stream team in the semifinals? They are one game away from knocking out the Season 1 champions, Cream Esports.
Ooh, I did not even think about that, man. Team Dynamite is sitting pretty strong. You know what? Did we take a look at both teams? Yeah, we did, right? We took a look at their trophies.
Yeah.
I'm looking at their trophies right now. Both of them sitting around the same amount of trophies, but the win rate is a little bit different. Team Dynamite is sitting at a 91% win rate, and Cream sitting only at a 67% win rate. So as you can see, Team Dynamite is doing a little bit stronger in Season 2 over Cream right now.
Yeah, we came into this talking about the performance that Dynamite had in their group stage, and as well as Cream. Cream seemed a little bit rocky to start in their group stage, but now they have their back against the wall. They are one game away from being eliminated from Season 2.
Yeah, and you know what? We could reverse sweep this here. We could see Cream turn this thing around. We can't discount them. They were our Season 1 champs, like you said.
Of course,
they're a really good team, especially to make it this far into the season, regardless of what they've done in Season 1, you know. So if there's anywhere to turn around, this is the map where they're going to have to bring out every trick they've got. Going into Siege here, this is going to be the nuts and bolts map here. Hopefully not, this is not the final map we see. Hopefully a brawl ball map. Bolts. We've seen, who do we see? We've seen Frank banned in here. We've seen Barley, I believe, banned in here. Who else did we see?
Last one we saw a Jesse ban. So last time Jesse was banned.
That's right. Jesse was banned here. The ban, though, this time is going to be Carl, and that has to be.
Interesting.
You know, if we talked 1 week ago and you told me there was going to be a Carl ban on Siege, I would have laughed at you.
Right?
Because Carl was not good in Siege.
No, Carl was one of those brawlers that like as soon as he came out, the first thing I said was just based on his attack speed, he is an extremely high skill cap brawler.
Yeah.
And like if you can't hit your shots with Carl, then he is basically useless.
Yeah, well, let's see what both teams do here. Both teams are rocking a Leon right now. Both teams are rocking a Barley.
Squashy's playing Carl.
Oh, I was wondering why you were oh-knowing.
This is the second time.
This is the second time this has happened.
It was Liquid ruining their 100% win rate by playing Barley when that was banned. And could this be the start of reverse sweep for Cream with Dynamita?
I feel like both teams don't know. Are you sure the ban was Carl?
Yeah, both teams are playing it out like the ban wasn't Carl.
I don't know.
We'll wait for the admin's call. Let's just...
Yeah, let's go ahead and
We'll- we'll-
spectate this while we wait.
We'll continue the match while we wait.
Okay, so Dynamite was able to take out the bot there. They're sitting with 3 of the bolts right now against the 0 coming in from Cream at the moment.
Yeah, okay, so we just got official word that Carl was in fact banned, so this will be a victory for Cream Esports. But neither team is noticing it. Like they're playing it out, so
Which is a little bit funny. I wish we could communicate with them right now.
Yeah, just be like, hey, like when Liquid did it, they knew that they were.
Both teams knew.
It was in that moment he knew he messed
They
up.
messed up.
So the siege push coming in from a Dynamiter right now is gonna get some decent damage.
I mean, honestly, both teams could know, and they're just kind of playing it out for fun at this point. So let's see who
that's
pulls
true.
out this victory, I guess.
Good scrimmage, good scrimmage. Yeah, so, Carl gets taken down right there. Carl was taken down before the game even started, but he just got taken down right there.
22 seconds until the next siege right here. It looks like Cream's holding on to some pretty good amount of bolts, even though they're low on HP on their Ike. This could be a turnaround for this non-important game.
I know. They're looking like they'll be able to get the siege here, and this might be the push to end the game. We'll see. Level 9 siege bot.
Yeah, this if they want to end the game right now, they're all gonna need to go in, do really, really strong work. Danny just barely juking Squashy, but Squashy taking him out without having that Barley to do damage on the Ike. I don't think this bot will be able to do enough damage to take down the Ike at all.
Yeah,
Not
no,
even close.
That is a really solid defense from Dynamita. Like if they weren't playing a banned brawler, then this could be the game that Dynamita closes it out.
Yeah, that could have been it for Dynamita, but instead we're gonna move on to the 4th match of Brawl Ball.
Yeah, it looks like this is gonna close it out here. So this match is gonna be over, but it will go in favor of Cream Esports.
20 seconds left on the clock, guys. This massive level 17 siege bot coming in, doing some big old damage here, ending it out for Team Dynamite, but unfortunately that's not going to count as a win for them.
Yeah.
It's going to go to Cream instead.
Yeah, so we are going to Brawl Ball. And I mean, if we look at how the matches have played out today, every single match has ended 3-1.
Yeah, that's really interesting, especially with both teams being all teams being so strong. You wouldn't imagine a 3-1, and we've seen this before. You know, last time me and you were together, we saw a ton of 3-1s across the board.
Yeah.
You know, I'm a little surprised. I'm hoping once we get into the next matches, next time we come together, that, you know, we won't be seeing 3-1s. We'll be seeing them take it, you know, 1-1 to 2-1 to 2-2 to, you know what I mean, and like just bringing it all the way up. But heading into this Brawl Ball, Pinball Dreams, you know, we've talked about it. Trick shots, Rico.
We
What
saw
type
a
of ban?
nasty trick shot.
Yes, we
Nova.
saw a
Or from Tribe.
incredible trick shot coming in from Tribe.
Oh, second best, man. You won my heart today. But no, so looking at this map, again, is very trick shot friendly. We've seen Carl banned on this map. We've seen Rico banned on this. I think we've seen Rico banned twice on this map.
Yeah, we have.
I think it was Rico twice and then Carl.
But last time we saw Rico played on this map, I feel like he wasn't that overwhelming. I really feel like we, you know, if someone goes Rico, this it might not be so good for them. I haven't seen a lot of OP Rico plays.
Yeah, Rico, and then we saw Rico is. I feel like Rico's going to be better when you're pushing, because the map is so open that you can't really get those ricocheted shots in there. So it's going to be it's going to be interesting to see if anybody does end up playing Rico.
Yeah, I think that's the reason why Rico wasn't shining as much, is like you said, the map was really open. There's not enough places for him to utilize his bounce enough. Now, I mean, there is good places to bounce, but it's not, you know, it's not like an incredible amount of like hallways or choke points where he can really use his bounce shot to his advantage. So with Gene being banned instead, that makes sense. Those Gene pulls have been very clutch, and we saw that back with, I believe it was Liquid versus PSG, or was it Tribe versus Nova, where they were sitting right at the bottom goal, fighting it out. Gene pulls everywhere, like it was incredible. So it makes sense that Gene was banned.
I think that was actually Monarchs and Clash.
Wow, was it Monarchs and Clash?
Yeah, because Monarchs and Clash were passing it back and forth. And then Clash was able to get the final goal.
Yes. Yeah. So with Gene being banned here, honestly, makes sense. You know, he's very strong right now. And you know what? We used to see Tara all the time in Brawl Ball, but Gene kind of took her place. And it's interesting because Gene can only pull one, where Tara can pull many. But I think it's because the distance that Gene can pull and the amount of time that it leaves the brawler out of the game, that he's just being picked more than Tara. And honestly, Tara's reload is atrocious. I think she needs a better reload with her attacks.
Yeah, her reload is, I feel like it takes a little bit too long. A little bit too long. So
yeah, it is.
Like, if they want to balance her maybe a little, I think I'd be okay with a little bit less damage from the cards and a little bit faster of a reload speed, just to kind of even it out, just so eventually, like, you can just attack faster, but you're still dishing out the same amount of damage. Because I don't think I feel like if her attack reload speed was faster, and she still did the same amount of damage, she might be a little too overpowered.
Yeah.
So I think tweaking the damage down a little bit and pushing the attack speed up actually might be able to find her a fairly good balance.
Yeah, I agree with you there. And I you know, when Gene first came out, we thought that we were going to be seeing a ton of Gene Tara comps, but we really haven't seen that at all. You know, in fact, we've kind of seen the opposite, where just Tara faded into the background. Yeah. And Gene has just been highly favored over Tara. And, you know, it could partially just be because he's a brand new brawler. But I think it's more than that. I agree with you. I think that she does need a buff to put her back into the meta.
Yeah, All right, so here we go. Jumping into it, the potential final game, or is Cream on the start of their reverse sweep?
Let's find out, guys. We're oh my goodness, we're seeing a Frank in here again with the tanks. It's hard for tanks to get up. I feel like there's just not enough space for them. But like you said last time, a Frank with a super being able to clear all these boxes could be pretty crucial.
Yeah, just having that brawler to be able to dish out the damage that needs to be done and taking down those boxes, and even if you can catch other brawlers in that stun, like that's huge on Brawl Ball.
Yeah, absolutely. Frank could be the turnaround, and a Frank stun with a Carl super, that could be an OP combo. And there you go. We're seeing the Carl super coming in. Danny also with his super, throwing it out but getting taken out just in time. Very,
Wow.
very close there for Team Dynamita.
That could have been a huge, huge boost for Cream right there. And Danny lost his super.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, very unfortunate for Cream.
Yeah. That's game changing right there, to lose your super and not even be able to take down some of the walls.
Yep, and he's going to get taken out again, and he still doesn't have his super. That was really unfortunate. Honestly, it was very risky for him to throw that super out when he was sitting at only a couple hundred HP.
In range of the enemy as well.
Yeah, exactly. But no team's able to score here. We're kind of sitting at a stalemate right now, kind of waiting for someone to make a move. Honestly, if this Frank can get a super, we could see everything shift. They do not want to give him a super. It looks like he's probably only one hit away.
Yeah, he's got to be. He got two shots in from me. So.
Sitting at around 30 seconds left on the clock. Frank needs this super ASAP if he's going to want to turn this thing around, because both teams, like I said, they're just kind of stalemating. They might be waiting for overtime, and if that's the case, Cream Esports, I think, is going to be at a disadvantage when it comes to overtime. All the walls are going to be gone for Frank. It's going to be really hard for him not to get hit.
Yeah, and especially how his attack speed is just so low that he really won't be able to do too much. But coming in, he does have his super right there. He does end up taking down the Carl. And
Super Sai's going to try to super this in 1 second. There's the overtime. Is he going to be able to shoot it in? No, not quite. Getting taken down here.
Does get taken down right there.
Okay, Danny is trying to juke, but they're just chipping so much damage on him right now. He needs to heal up, but it is good for Cream that they have control of the ball in overtime. All they need is to slowly push up, super the ball in. This might not be looking too good for Team Dynamita. If they keep playing this patient, Danny goes for the shot, and he scores! Great shot coming in from the Frank. Danny from Cream Esports. This might be the reverse sweep, ladies and gentlemen. We are seeing a tied up 2-2 right now.
The first game 5 of the day, and this is going to the last game. This is it. This is the last game that we can see, and Cream Esports might be able to pull off the reverse sweep.
Yes, these Season 1 champs, man, they are holding it down. They're doing an incredible job right now. Going into our first ever, like you said, match 5. Let's look at this map. It's Bounty Layer Cake. This is, I believe, one of the brand new maps full. I don't think we've ever seen it before.
Yeah, and also just thinking about this now, this reverse sweep was only possible because Dynamita played a banned brawler.
Oh no, they're going to be so mad if Cream can win this thing.
Because Cream came to play in Brawl Ball. Like, they were looking really strong, and now we're going into Bounty at Layer Cake. We saw Cream fairly comfortable on Bounty in Season 1, and this, like you said, but this is a brand new map, so we have to be open-minded a little bit with how dominant Cream was.
Yeah.
It could be different here.
This is, I mean, taking a look at this map, guys. This is a pretty cool map. I'm not really sure who's gonna be strong. I think Barley could be strong because of all the walls, but again, as soon as those walls get taken out, we could be in trouble. We could see tanks utilizing them as well. Someone like Piper, who's usually really strong in Bounty, I don't think is going to be too good on here, just because the kind of the choke points are a little bit weird. What are you thinking as far as brawlers for this map full?
Just looking at it, I do have to agree with Barley. I wouldn't if Barley is okay. So Barley is banned. So I wouldn't be surprised if Dynamite is going to be that placeholder. I think a thrower is going to be really good on this map. I also wouldn't be surprised if we see maybe a bow on this map just to provide a little bit more zone control.
I can see that with the choke points.
Yeah.
With the mines? Yeah.
The mines and the like just being able to funnel in pretty much everything of the other brawlers that you need. Like Bo just being able to push through and take them down is going to be one of the game-changing points in this game. And then I think the next brawler that we might see a Daryl. I don't really see too many possible points for Daryl to be coming through, but there are those different pathways where he could super through, get a little bit of damage, and dish out high DPS. So
yeah, I agree. We've seen Daryl be strong in Bounty before,
right.
So it's possible, like you said, we could see a Daryl. You said that maybe Mike could be the placeholder of Barley. I don't think Mike, though, because even though he's a lobber, he hasn't traditionally been that strong in Bounty games just because of how incredibly hard it is for him to land those shots, whereas it's a lot easier for Barley to hit the shots here. So let's hop into this match. Let's see
Game 5.
the final match here, guys.
Cream might be able to pull out the reverse sweep. So we do see a Dynamite here from Team Dynamita. I mean, I guess that makes sense.
That really makes sense now that we're thinking about it, huh?
And then we see a Brock and Penny coming out as the other two brawlers. Then we see a Gene, Brock, and Carl coming out from Cream Esports.
Barely trying, sitting on Team Dynamita's side, is doing some really good damage with the mic, and the Brock from Dynamite was able to actually secure the final kill there. Barely trying, just able to just barely get away there. A minute and 20 seconds left on the clock.
Yeah, so a minute 20 left. Team Dynamita is up by 1 point thus far. Cream did get the star in the middle of the start.
Yeah, it's 2-1 right now, and we've seen this with pro bounty games before, where it might come down to just one single star. Both teams kind of a little bit stalemate right now, playing it safe. Danny, as the Gene from Cream, sitting with his super, waiting to use that. He tries for the pull, but just barely misses there, barely escaping with his HP.
One thing that Cream has to be extremely careful of is that mortar from Penny. Like, that mortar is just funneling them so well and kind of keeping them back. Brock does get a shot on there and is able to take down, but Penny does have another mortar.
Yeah, Penny throwing down the mortar there, but it's going to definitely be vulnerable to the Carl shots there. Carl chipping it down. One more shot from Carl, and it's going to be taken out. There it goes down right now, but Carl having to back up due to low HP.
Yeah, it's coming down to the last 20 seconds. Could this be a 2-1 game? Or is Cream going to be able to complete the reverse sweep? 15 seconds remain. Cream is going to have to go all in here. They're going to have to push. This could be it. 10 seconds remaining.
Sat Spike with a super.
It's going through, and Spike gets taken down. Or not Spike, Gene does get taken down, and that is going to do it. And Team Dynamita taking down the Season 1 champions.
Wow. Epic game. First time we've seen a game 5. They were sitting 2-1 almost the entire time there. Cream had to push in there full. They had to. Like, that was their only shot. Yeah. But Team Dynamite was just able to defend that thing.
They just played that so well. The control that they had throughout the game was perfect. They got that first kill that they needed. They put them up 2-1, and it kind of set down. It kind of set up the advantage for Cream, or for Team Dynamita for the rest of the game.
Yeah, absolutely. Incredible matches coming in from every single team today. Very good plays in that final game there, man. That was a great way to end it in that 5, best of 5 there. Team Dynamita actually being able to move on to the next round.
Yes, so fun fact, there is only one team remaining from Season 1 in the semifinals, and that's going to be Tribe Gaming. So the three other teams that are in the semifinals are all teams from Season 2.
Yeah.
Team Clash and Team Liquid, 2 new invited teams. Team Dynamite, the only streamer team in the semifinals. So next week, we're going to be having Team Clash versus Team Liquid. And then we'll have Tribe Gaming versus Team Dynamita. And then, of course, the finals will be the winner of those two games meeting.
Yeah,
So,
this is what I was talking about, Full. If Team Liquid beats out Team Clash in match 1, and then Tribe beats out Team Dynamita, we could be seeing two amazing win rate teams going against each other in the finals.
yeah, so currently Team Liquid is still sitting at the highest win rate at 92.3%. Team Clash at the second highest win rate at 90%, and these two are going to be playing each other in the first game next week. So 2 teams with 90% win rate. That's going to be insane. And then, of course, we have Dynamita and Tribe Gaming. Tribe sitting at about 86%, and then Team Dynamita sitting at 80% win rate. So
now, Team Liquid, man, you said 90%, but I mean, if we don't count that picking the wrong brawler, they're still at 100% win rate, I believe.
yeah, they haven't lost a game outside of the fact that they played themselves. I mean, that's got to be sitting in Team Clash's mind right now. They need to know that Team Liquid is going to be one of the premier teams, and they're playing them in the first round of the semifinals. So it's going to be pretty intense. It's going to be pretty intense.
Yeah, absolutely.
So there was that last matchup that we just see on screen right there. Dynamita taking down Cream Esports 3-2. Cream was almost able to pull off the reverse sweep. Oh, man. What a heartbreak. Do you have any last remarks, DLG?
I mean, shout out to every single team. They did really, really good. You know, we thought that Cream could bring it back, and they almost did, but it wasn't quite enough. I'm super excited next week to see both matches 1 and 2. What an incredible day, Full.
What an insane day. Congratulations to Team Clash, Team Liquid, Tribe Gaming, and Team Dynamita for moving on. I hope you guys enjoyed the games today, and I hope you all have a fantastic day, and we will see you guys next week for the semifinals and the grand finals for season 2 of the Forge League and the Shelly Cup. I'm Full Frontage alongside my caster, DLG, who has been phenomenal. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great day, everybody. We'll see you next week for some more Brawl Stars action.